Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing a look back at the readings I did for Samantha Murphy's case. And I won't be doing any more readings unless there's some major development that calls for it. But I think we've done enough, at least here on my channel. I want to look back at the cards that did jump during the March 2nd reading that I published and then the March 25th reading that I published. So we're going to do a look back at the cards, look at some maps, and yeah, that's it. I like to do these look backs because I think there is always a lot of juice to gather out of or get out of the readings that have already been completed, right? I don't like to do a bunch of readings ongoing as something is unfolding because a lot of the times the information was already presented for us in the cards that we have already laid. So that's what we're doing now. I'm going to be doing a reading, one more reading on, well, it'll probably be a two-part reading for the Jennifer Kessie case. That's a cold case that I have already started a little series on for Mystery Mystic Monday. So that'll be published. And then, yeah, and we'll go from there. So that's just a quick update. Sometimes I have to take a pause on doing Mystery Mystic type readings because if I am very busy, with life and my clients, I have to then take a step back and, focus on what's going on around me. So sometimes I'm here and then sometimes I'm not. Just know that I'll be back. All right, so let's go ahead and share the screen. Hold on a second as I get it ready here. There I am in the corner. So, like I said, this is a case and cards analysis that we're doing. And I'm so sorry to hear that it is presumed that Samantha is deceased. My heart goes out to her family, her friends, the community there. I know also that there was another case that was out of, the similar area, probably 20 minutes away, that just happened, I guess, this past weekend. A young lady, 23 years old, found deceased. And there were two arrests, young men, 21 and I think 22 years old. One has been released. I don't know much of the details, and I don't think it's related per se to Samantha's case, but it's just that this community has gone through a lot. So my heart goes out to you all. And yeah, let's get into this case analysis here. So remember that this is a conversation. We're talking about, a case. And so just understand that everyone referenced in the video is considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Okay. That's what this disclaimer here is about. I always put the disclaimer up because, well, it's important to have it, right? It is just a conversation that we're having. All right, friends, let's get comfy. Let's settle in and grab a beverage. I have water. So, Patrick Oren Stevenson has been arrested. I might have misspelled his middle name, I'm not sure, but that is who was arrested in connection with the disappearance and presumed murder of Samantha Murphy. Here we have his picture. And remember, he's accused. He has not gone to trial or anything like that. But he was arrested from this house here with the little red top. And I'll tell you why this stands out to me, that red roof, in a moment. But yeah, he was arrested here. And move me over here. So here's the location of where he was arrested. Here's Mount Buninyong. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Yinden Road in 2. These are just some key landmarks here. And this is, I guess, a point of interest here for law enforcement, this area. If you are local and you see these maps and you want to point out something in the comment section, please do so. So I'm just, I screen grabbed some interesting maps to look at. We have Eureka Street, Samantha Murphy's home is here. They have some key little areas. Here's Ballarat up here, and the Woowookarung Regional Park. And then that area that I just showed you, that mound, it says mount. It looks like a big hill to me, but that was a search area here. And I'm presuming that this area over here down, or I should say down here, is where he was arrested. So we've got a tight little area here of where all of this is transpiring. So the last phone ping was near this area, Buninyong and Scotchman's Lead. This is the search area. This is where she lives, Samantha. They also searched here. And then here's the Mount Clear area. Another map. Samantha Murphy was last seen at 7 a.m. on February 4th. And then the targeted search areas for phone data information here. Okay. Oops. And now to show you here. So we have Patrick was arrested 19 kilometers from Ballarat. So here's her home. Here's the Mount Clear area. Samantha Murphy allegedly murdered around Mount Clear. And then Patrick was charged, and he was connected to this residence here in Scottsburn. And he was arrested 19 kilometers from Ballarat. Now, you see that red roof here on the factory card? That stands out to me. And that, to me, at first we were interpreting that it's somewhere of a place of work in industry, I suppose. And that is still, yeah, that still could be the case. But I always find it interesting when, we start to, go down the path of what's happened and what's unfolding. And you go back and look at the cards and you're like, oh, that's interesting. So we have this red roof here. We have a stick here, and we have a girl, which could mean a couple of things. This girl card could literally just represent Samantha. This could be, this was an opportunity for the attack to happen, or it could mean that maybe there's a female witness who is providing some information. Okay, and she's being shielded, protected from the public, for, perhaps from law enforcement, for example. Part 1's oracle readings were completed on March 2nd. So let me move here. We have grudge, manipulation, brutality, betrayal, coercion, and regret. Now, these cards could just symbolize, feelings that are happening now. Somebody holding a grudge, or the truth being manipulated, or there was heavy manipulation going on. In this case, clearly brutality and betrayal is happening. Brutality could be just simply, what happened to Sam. Betrayal could be that maybe the accused is feeling a sense of betrayal, or that's by some information that's going to be coming out, or that has come out that's we're not privy to yet. Coercion, that still for me remains to be seen on what that could be. And then regret. The regret energy, and I picked up on this during the reading, it could be something pertaining to the people surrounding the situation, the family of the accused, the victim's family, the community, but it, also could mean regret that the accused is experiencing. Now, this card says perpetrator has behavioral patterns of an S killer. So, perhaps this is a good thing that somebody's been arrested, and it seems like law enforcement's pretty sure that they got the right guy based on the charges that have been levied against them. Then we have, this case will remain unsolved until key evidence is discovered. Well, perhaps key evidence has already been discovered, and that's why we're at this point, right? And illegal activities played a role. What illegal activities could that be? Did Sam stumble on something? Did she witness something? Did she know something? Also, it could just be that the perp was involved in something that's not legal in where he's at, and that is also at play here in this case. So here we have our cards from the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. That's the deck that I made that I work with a lot. We have human trafficking. So here's the thing about this card. Sometimes it comes up when that's actually at hand, but oftentimes it will symbolize to me that someone, a victim was moved. So one person is responsible for moving another one. The life insurance or inheritance card tells me that what police are saying about her life not being any longer is at hand, because when a life insurance settlement is triggered, that's because someone has passed away, or when someone inherits something, that's because someone has passed away. We have suffocation, organized crime, or gang. I'm still on the fence on what that could be. So we'll see how that unfolds, what that could possibly be referring to. I'd be curious to hear what you all think now that time has passed, what you think some of these cards are meaning. Nothing to lose. So someone involved in the situation has nothing to lose. Breaking and entering a burglary. This could be something, somebody holding something that doesn't belong to them or stealing something that doesn't belong to them. It could be that this is something that's going to unfold later. Collapse or ruin. Well, clearly this is a situation where there's been collapse. Social media holds clues, location, how social media apps track us. And then there's also the bit of what was going on social media surrounding the perp. For example, the party or social gathering card, that is interesting to me, because you'll see in a moment there was another deck from the Divine Crime Oracle that a similar card came up. So that is of significance, whether it's tied to the victim and or the accused or the perps, plural. Flight risk. Someone involved is a flight risk, would have been a flight risk, could be a flight risk, right? Outside, it could be speaking to, she's not in a building or something like that. She's outside. Vehicle transportation, again, that's that movement. How did all this, how did she move from point A to point B? Or the perp, it like has key evidence with the vehicle. Maybe, how vehicles now have some sort of GPS system built in, or they're I can't think right now. I'm starving, actually. Should have ate first before I tackled this video. But like the tracking box, why can't I think of it right now? The black box of the vehicle could have some vital information if it's equipped with that type of technology. We have here stalker. So was she being stalked, even if it was just for a day or a moment? Or had she been stalked? Had she been seen before? Sam, I'm talking about. Son. Well, Patrick is the son of a I guess, a football player, and football as in soccer, I believe. Yes. So he is the son of someone that I guess has some, who's famous in the area. And then we have paperwork or paper trail, and the motive is jealousy. I'm still on the fence on what could jealousy mean as a motive. So there's that. Now we have death. That was the first card that had jumped. Known to police in the system criminal record. So someone is known to police, or the perp is known now. So there's that. August is of significance. We do know that the next court date for this case is in August. The hours card symbolizes to me that everything kind of transpired on the day that she went missing, in the hours around when she went missing, and also the hours preceding when she disappeared. There was some key things that happened that set this all up on a trajectory where her and the accused were going to cross paths the way they did. We have here again that socializing, drinking, gathering card from this deck, different deck. Solved in evidence. That was encouraging to see that this case is going to be solved at some point in the future. And we have secrets, cover up, and withholding information. So sometimes secrets and covering up doesn't necessarily translate to someone being bad or trying to hide something that police need to know about. But it could just simply mean sometimes law enforcement chooses to withhold information or cover things up to protect the integrity of the investigation. So there's that. But it also could be that there's still some element of something that is covered up. Okay. And we have unknown to the police, not in the system, clean record. This is why I was feeling like there may be somebody in the know that's helping them that may have a clean record. Maybe the perp has a record that was expunged. It could be something like that. I don't know. We have two of these different cards. Now, this first line here, known to police, could just simply mean that now they have a perp, this person is known to police, but it does say in the system and criminal record. I give some examples of what it can mean where you're in the system, but you didn't do crimes in the reading. So check that out. The links will be in the description box to the playlist I've created for Samantha's readings. Strangulation, suffocation, those things kept coming up. We have here bushland, forest, tied up and bound. February is of significance. I know, isn't that when she went missing, but it could be a future February where there's something of significance happening, or someone who's associated very closely to this case. Maybe their birthday is in February. Suffocation, strangulation. If I go back, we have the suffocation up here. Okay. We have a couple of mileage cards. We have 35 to 60 kilometers or 160 kilometers to 200 kilometers. Sometimes for me, it could literally mean just the distance between key people from where the crime happened or where the victim lived to where the perp is. But sometimes it can represent, when the perp is busily moving around evidence, the body, different things, and they're constantly moving around, it could show like the totality of what the miles were that they accrued on their, or, they racked up on their vehicle in their goings and comings around this crime. Truck, so a truck is involved. Helper, can't see what what the bottom is, but it says helper here. So again, helper could translate to someone who was helping wittingly or unwittingly. Okay. And then we have desert, dry, or hot. So dry area, perhaps. And this is interesting to me because we have ran over, hit and run, and hit by vehicle. So the police were very specific that this was like an intentional something that happened. and not say a hit and run, which would be like, okay, you hit and ran a vehicle. That's like at least where I'm from, it's a different kind of a lower charge. Um, and when you hit and run someone, like I said, I used to handle claims, automobile accidents. And typically when that would happen, people who hit and run someone, they leave the person and keep on going, right? Like this is something different. And I can see why law enforcement is saying this is something different. So this could just be a theory that's thrown out there, but perhaps a vehicle was used to hurt her or, intentionally. I don't know, but we'll see how that one plays out. And we have held captive, hiding, locked away, or hidden. So hidden, she was perhaps held captive, for a matter of hours, something like that. All right, so we have here hotel, mall, spa, repair shop. We know that Sam and her husband owned, a repair type of shop in the area. All of these cards, though, are telling me that this is like local to, like whoever's responsible, could be crossing paths with her just in everyday errands. Sometimes I'll, because I'm from a smallish town, not from, but I live now in a smallish town. And I will see people, I don't know them necessarily, or maybe I've said hello, but we see each other all the time on any given day because it's so small and you frequent the same areas. We have Peace, Swamp, Waterfall, Garden. Again, outdoor elemental type of cards, maybe near a body of water or waterfall, unearth, or just, shallow grave, I suppose. I don't know. Near a body of water. This was opportunistic. Shapeshifter tells me more about the perp and about how he or she, but we're looking at the accused at this moment. Shapeshifter could be that this person can shapeshift, be one way, look a certain way, clean cut, just put together and then shapeshift into something else. We have the Knight card, maybe giving us some indication about the age, confidant, and abandoned. Sometimes this abandoned card comes up in my readings to give like a marker, like there's some sort of abandoned building nearby. Skinny, devious, poor hygiene, or unkempt. Now, this could be the perp being unkempt now that he's arrested and, in jail. Curly or wavy hair, freckles, friendly demeanor. But see how the devious card sits over the friendly demeanor card? That tells me that that's that shapeshifter energy. Lazy or droopy eyes. I chuckle because I was like, I don't know how this fits. And so it came out shortly after Patrick was arrested that there was some like video showing him very much under the influence of they're saying the white stuff allegedly. I don't know, but he's under the influence of something and his eyes are kind of just like wonky. And it's like, and so I instantly thought of this card because I was like, what are you talking about? And maybe it remains to be seen that maybe someone who comes forward with more information has a lazy or droopy eye and gray eyes or kind of lightish, not blue, eyes, but kind of like this. You see the eye color there. We have Dragon, Virgo. I can't zoom in there and I won't bother. Long-term Cancer and Aquarius. That can embody those qualities. Check out the reading if you want to see more about these last cards here. We have mental health. So mental health has or will be at issue, probably surrounding the perp, but of course it could be people close to the situation, the perp's family, the victim's family. we have to be careful on how we handle things because we have here the mental health and right over here where someone could take their own life. And so that's interesting to me. That could be that there was a threat of that coming in, and maybe that's also why law enforcement and the attorneys who are involved will have to handle things in a certain way. Bank records could tell a story. We have light hair color, greedy, somebody greedy, news and media. Sitting underneath the mental health card, again, it could talk about how we have to be careful, media, social media. And maybe there's already been things that have been released and shared in the media about someone's mental health. And then we also got social media. Social media is probably a flurry surrounding this case, but also social media is got key clues that can help build a case against the accused. Cell phone data and then man. And notice that the man card, it looks like he's in a small little jail space, little cell, right? And we've got November. That's another important time element. Waxing crescent moon, 4 to 5 months. So it may, I forgot, I think is it August, 4 months? I can't remember. But Sunday was the day. I think Sunday, this card is speaking to when police presume that she lost her life. And tomorrow, I think, I don't know, but January is also of significance. Something happening, maybe perhaps with the perp in January. We have sooner than expected. It was sooner, for me, in my opinion, sooner than expected that they would make an arrest. I was hoping that this car was going to be sooner than expected, that they would find her. We have next month, next week, and now is not the right timing. So check out the readings I've done where I go more in depth with these cards. Part 3, also published on March 2nd, 2024. We have another death card, We have 4 of fire, which is 4 of wands, and trauma, okay? We have crime scene next to 10 of air or 10 of swords over here. 2 or more, maybe 2 or more, who could be involved, or 2 or more who are in the know surrounding this crime. Money and drowning. We have 3 of fire, 3 of wands, distraction or diversion, dark energies, abducted or kidnapped. It'll be interesting to see all of the charges that begin to unfold, because sometimes law enforcement will just have the initial charges that they know they can get, and then there's additional charges added later. So we may find out a bit more as time progresses on. We have drinks, gathering, that social card. Again, February is of significance, and karmic connection. Let's see, brown eyes could be someone who's in the know with brown eyes, I think. Could this be talking about the perp? I can't remember. And I didn't set aside the questions that I had asked for part 3. Typically for the tarot readings that I do for Mystery Mystic readings, I will timestamp by each of the questions I ask, so we can just go directly to those questions. So I do that on now going forward. I do that with tarot readings, not so much for the opening oracle readings, but definitely now for the questions that we ask. And we have accessory after the fact, house, key evidence in someone's house, news and media and the press, very, very heavily involved. We have to be careful about propaganda that might be put out there as the case develops over time. rumors and such, right? We have to be very discerning about what we're thinking as it relates to this case. We also have hit and run. Again, I know that might be a theory that people are putting out there. I just don't know how that's going to, I don't know how that's going to play out yet. Bones. Well, there's secrets. It can be metaphorically speaking about secrets that are going to come out or that are hidden, that will come out, or it could be speaking to, God forbid, but it could be bones that we're finding if they, by this point with the elements and whatnot. So this reading was done on the 25th of March. And again, that 10 of air's got the carcass here, bones. Just looking at the oracles here at this point. We have computer, concealed or hidden. Termination. Maybe somebody got terminated recently or was, I don't know, some sort of termination is involved. Something terminated. It could be a search that's terminated. I don't know. And we have woman. Now, certainly it could be speaking about Sam, but I think it could be speaking about someone in the know. False accusations, someone receiving false accusations. Again, 2 different computer cards. So some vital information, maybe search records, like Google searches, emails, any kind of data, pictures, video that could be on a computer. The death card came up again, government and military, and out of town. I know that the Perps family left town. I can understand why. We have truth revealed, DV, and liar lies, lying in wait. And the truth is going to be revealed, that perhaps remember the brutality card that came up? That could be found out later. Somehow police seem to know, it seems like they seem to know quite a bit, so I'm curious to see as time goes on, what else do they know? And I also think that the Perp's girlfriend may have shared some information. We're not accusing her or anything like that, but she may have some information about that helped confirm law enforcement's theory that he may have been lying or, spewing lies or lying in wait, stalking. We have that flight risk card again. I might have to mute my card if the dogs go crazy. Gap teeth, tattoos, beauty mark or mole, mountains. That mountains card is quite interesting, right? When we looked at the maps earlier, we saw that there's a mountain, Mount Clear, I can't pronounce the B one. Not only Buninyong. So there's that. Rumors and tabloids. So be careful, folks. There's going to be a lot of rumors and whatnot. And sometimes in these cases, it's just best to, you can theorize all day long. Nothing wrong with that. You do it responsibly, but just in terms of what you're consuming and believing, be very discerning. And look, we have news and media next to the rumors and tabloids. So that just doubly emphasizes that. Flight risk came up again. So it's almost like to me, it's a nod to somebody who might be in the know, might leave the area, or someone or the perp would have took off if allowed, so. We have organized crime and gang came up. The only thing I was thinking of with that card is maybe, how there's certain protections that come when you're affiliated with something maybe football families are protected as an example, but I don't know. It feels like something else, something darker. And I guess that'll remain to be seen. I'm not from the area. I don't know. And I know people were saying there's biker gangs there. that y'all have left me in the comments. So I don't know. We have bank records. The bank card from another deck came up back when, and karmic connection came up again. I like to think of this card as on a karmic collision course type of situation. Missing. This is beach. So near water, evidence near water. She could be near a body of water, but still kind of in a dry spot. Flood, a place that's prone to flooding. So maybe not in the mountains, but like in an area that's prone to flooding. The political affiliation. Wasn't sure about that, but affiliation could be the key word, or political and or both. Look, we have outback, rural, and deserted, and train tracks. Then we have illegal activities played a role. Now, look at this card. You see how there's this like little cliff area here? And this man has pushed or kicked off this woman off this cliff. To me, that's symbolic of something. And I'm wondering if the reason why this card kept coming up is not so much about the illegal activities, but the image. The image. And then we have a friend knows something. That's why I kept saying over and over, I feel like someone's in the know and maybe talking or sharing some information. Money came up again. Medium length hair, female. We got the secrets, cover up, and withholding information, but it's sitting next to the law enforcement card. And that tells me it could be that law enforcement is intentionally withholding information to protect the integrity of the investigation, or they know or have a hunch that someone is covering up something, secrets, or with somebody's withholding important information. Clearly, for example, where is she? So, it may not just be him, the perp, or the accused that is in the know about where she's at. We have tattoos. From my deck, the tattoos card came up, helper came up again, and November came up again. November is of significance. This also was recorded on March 25th. We have choke, party, and socializing. And again, I just feel like not just Sam, but the perp. Friends and associates, maybe was partying with the ones involved with this, has been sharing some things with the police, because there's the police card. We have signs, impulse, daughter. Somebody's daughter knows something about somebody's impulses, seeing the signs of the impulses. We have power control and stalker. So you all can make out what you make of that. Someone stalking is a sense of control. It's a sense of holding power over a victim. Yeah. And we have that man card again and doctor. The doctor card can mean a few things. It can mean medical examiners. It could mean a doctor treating the accused. It could be medical records, past medical records for the accused, etc. We have information, hired help, and backyard. Maybe some key evidence in the backyard, or someone who is helping the perp didn't know that they were helping them, maybe put something in the backyard, has some information that's going to be coming forth as it sits next to that Knight of Cups. So that's it. That is our look back at the cards. There's still much to happen, right? For example, like Sam being found. We pray that she's found, for closure for her family and the community, and also for justice. I do get a sense that law enforcement probably has enough to go forward even without her body. And that's my sense of it. You all have to let me know what you think. If it makes sense to do a reading in the near future, I will, like if there's major developments. Right now, I think we're good to go at not doing any for now. Dog, she's barking at some kids. I hear them walking by. But yeah, my husband telling her to lay down. um, so we can revisit it if we need to, but I do like to, once I'm done with the initial readings, I like to just pause and see how things progress. Do another look back if we need to. Look back at the cards, look at maps now. See if any landmark type of areas stand out. Maybe what I like doing these types of readings is it might trigger somebody who's local, like, there's something like that there, this landmark. Maybe there's clues there, and I don't want to, just have y'all going out there playing detective, but it's just something, it's just to get us to thinking about things. Are we going to be solving the cases? No, no. It always amuses me when people leave comments like, you think you know everything. No, I don't. I don't think I know everything. I never came on here to say I'm all knowing. I am a card reader and an intuitive, an empath. So I'm tapping in. I'm also very big on teaching others how to work with cards and do these types of readings. So I don't sit up here and purport that I know it all, or that I'm got these grand delusions that I'm going to crack the case. No. So just understand that before you leave a comment. Most of you have been so amazing. I love reading all of your comments and I thank you. But there's a couple of people I'm like, did I say that? I know there are some psychics and readers and mediums who, really hold staunchly on their predictions and they claim they're going to solve it and all of that. That's them. Over here, I operate differently if you haven't noticed that already. So that's it, friends. I got a lot of recording I got to do. I got to get on the Jennifer Kessie case to wrap that up. And I have client readings that I need to get done. So take very good care of yourselves. Do me a favor on your way out, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot that you do that. It supports me immensely, actually, and I thank you. And leave a comment. Let me know, now that we've done this look back, what do you think? Like, what comes to mind? What cards have you, well, let me ask you this. Did you do a look back on your readings that you did for this case? And if so, what has come to pass so far? And what do you think is going to be a critical card that is about to, lead us to the next phase? I definitely want to hear from you. Take care, friends. Bye for now.